The ocean hides many secrets that we may never find out or know all of them in our lifetime. Some experts even say that more is known about outer space than the bottom of the sea. Today we will see some discoveries found from the ocean, so be sure not to hop off the screen and remember to smash that subscribe button to stay tuned in with knowledge of existence about our world. Everyone knows that the ocean is a mysterious place. Even though it is still a mystery today, it is not compared to decades ago when machinery to travel to the bottom of the sea was non-existent. But now, all of that is possible. Week after week, scientists find new species that were never discovered before. One of the animals that we will mention is the purple orb. The proper name for it is the Blobus purpurus. Experts initially believed that this strange little sphere is a spider egg or a small octopus. But we are still not 100% exactly sure what it is yet due to it still being investigated. Other researchers would say it's a type of snail. Undoubtedly odd, and like everything in the ocean, totally mysterious. There are many cases of cities that disappeared due to floods, such as the mythology of Atlantis. We will be talking about the city of Heraklion. Due to scientists' discovery, this mythology is said to be real. It is believed that this city sank in approximately 2000 BC. The submerged ruins of the city were located by the French archaeologist Frank Godiot in the year 2000. Fortunately, at that time, the divers were more technologically advanced, and very important artifacts of their time could be found. One of those artifacts was the Stone of Heraklion, which is quite large with Egyptian writings and drawings on it. It was found still intact, certainly an exceptional find. The hieroglyphics detail the taxes that were collected on the many ships arriving from abroad. And speaking of Atlantis, one of the lost cities, another extraordinary finding is the so-called Japanese Atlantis, which consists of a strange structure at the bottom of the ocean that is not known if it is an ancient submarine or a structure that has been generated naturally. Some believe that the Yonaguni complex is what remains of a legendary Pacific civilization called Mu. Whether this is true or not, the reality is that it sounds both fantastic and terrifying dealing with something that is so unknown. Not only are ancient structures from thousands of years ago or extraordinary species are found at the bottom of the ocean, divers have also found things as mundane as vehicles, be it tanks, planes, submarines, and even trucks. How do these objects get to this point in the ocean? Did they go off the road and stop here? The truth is that in times of war, such as the Second World War, some vehicles such as tanks and trucks were transported in giant ships. And when these were shot down, these vehicles were stranded for decades until the divers find them. The same goes for even the Titanic itself, which was found decades after the famous incident. As we can see in this video, not everything is about mythologies and mysterious things. Animals are incredible. And we can see examples of this considering that some of them can weigh hundreds of kilos or can withstand high and low temperatures. They basically have superpowers. One of these animals with a super ability resides in the ocean, and it is immortality, or at least this is its name, immortal jellyfish. And when it is in danger or goes through long periods of hunger, it activates its cells to literally reboot its system. And in this way, it can become partially immortal. Scientists are still puzzled as to how this jellyfish can transform back to its juvenile pulp state and how they can control its cells at will. What we are sure of is that the animals in the ocean have their own rules. Without a doubt, an underwater waterfall is the craziest thing you will hear today. At first glance, it might sound like it would be breaking the laws of physics, something normal that happens in an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. But in this case, it seems to be something real. This fact was documented south of the equator between Africa and South America. The currents descend to a height that would swallow a skyscraper. Huge waves form similar to those found near beaches. These plumes are scientifically called Kelvin-Helmholtz waves and appear when fluids travel together but at different speeds. This turns out to be a fascinating and surprising discovery. The sixth ocean discovery is biolume. This is something that for years made scientists scratch their heads. From satellite images, scientists could see how in certain parts of the ocean there were luminous areas with beautiful colors. Not to believe that it was simply the work of aliens, scientists went to work to find out what it was all about. And it wasn't until 2006 that they used satellite imagery to further investigate and discovered that millions of luminous bacteria were gathered and grouped up in one place. It was discovered that this luminosity came from algae bloom, but to this day they do not know why they come together in groups. Another strange mystery to be solved. Undoubtedly, the bottom of the ocean will always be a mystery to humanity, for the reason that we just quite do not have the machinery to reach the bottom of the ocean still. It would take too many days to get to the bottom and cover all the tracks of the ocean floor, and there is a point where light just doesn't exist down there. The deepest that could be reached by divers is at a point called the Mariana Trench. Only 3 people have gotten that far, one of them being James Cameron. He did this while he was filming a documentary about the ocean. Explorers will find themselves in total darkness as they continue to understand what else lies in the deepest parts of the ocean and how marine life manages to survive. A very claustrophobic situation, don't you think? Another situation that could also be taken from an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants, believe it or not, is a river under the ocean. Yes, you heard it right. There is a river under the ocean. In recent decades, it is one of the most shocking and surprising discoveries because we are talking about something that sounds impossible, but it is proven to be real. It consists of a river of salt water housed in a bag of fresh water. Thanks to the chemical composition of the area, a perfectly formed river is perceived even without vegetation and trees underwater. It is a completely rare natural phenomenon and only occurs on rare occasions when it is capable of creating an underwater terrestrial environment. Undoubtedly, something like that initially puts the experts wanting to know more. The last finding we are going to discuss in today's video is perhaps the most curious finding yet. It is one of the most surprising discoveries about the ancient world. It is the antikythera mechanism, an analog computer capable of predicting astronomical positions and eclipses. In addition, this particular instrument has more than 30 gears. Discovered by sponge collectors, in the same rack, bronze, statues, pottery, jewelry, ancient coins, and the astronomical contraption is found. It is believed that this artifact is of Greek origin and dates between 150 BC and 100 BC. All the fragments of the antikythera mechanism are in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens. The funny thing is that humans believe that they invented everything a few centuries ago. But the ancient world always surprises us with these types of objects, teaching us that humanity was already advanced thousands of years ago, only that some objects like these were trapped in the sea for a long time. I wonder if this strange mechanism has been of help to them in their time. The ocean still has many fascinating and odd secrets, which hopefully can be uncovered in this lifetime. If you found this video of the ocean interesting, go check out the video of unexpected space discoveries and many more videos on the channel. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time.